Alright, hello everyone. I'm going to be starting out here with the brand new premium tank that just released today. Thank you very much for the person, Glenn, for gifting it to me. Which, hello everyone. Nice to see a lot of you guys are here. Pretty much this tank here, hit the Primo Victoria. More or less, it's the Centurion Mark 1 that the British have at tier 8. However, it has a little bit better turret armor on the front, and it also has a little bit more mobility because of the stronger engine. However, it has a little bit worse terrain resistance, but it's still a little bit faster than the Centurion 1 here. Kind of confused what to call you now, you know? Got two names. Tonight though, typically I platoon. I'm gonna be soloing tonight. Just kind of had a little bit of a tough day at work. Long day, so yeah, decided to go solo tonight. Sorry if anybody did want to platoon. But yeah, be a little bit easier. As you can see here though, like I'm keeping up with the Centurion 1, but as far as the mobility, you're mainly gonna see it when you're going up hills here. The Cent 1 doesn't have the best power to weight ratio. It's not terribly bad, but it definitely lags behind the Victoria here. Yeah, I'm actually just gonna let them get out there first. Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to hit them too well. I'm actually gonna try to peek out here. But the tank does look pretty cool, and it comes with its own crew and also crew voices apparently. I actually can't really hear them because my volume's kind of jacked up a little bit. I haven't fixed it. Yeah, sorry if anybody wanted to platoon tonight. It's just some days, you know, I'm feeling it, some days not so much. Just if I had a kind of a rough day, it's easier for me to go at it solo, which, yeah. Holy crap. There we go. My first match is always iffy. I thought I could, honestly pen the Strive S1 since I'm above him, but I guess I'm not high enough since I'm just bouncing off of him. Because we have to, unfortunately we kind of have to hurry up. Because our other side got frickin' defendered. Oh lord, it's just none of these guys with me want to push. I'm not gonna. I can't push in alone. So thank you, Pershing. If he's willing to, I'll help fight. It's just I can't. You know, we both basically can't do it alone. But with this Lorraine moving a little bit, that actually does open up a little bit of options here. If I can get this TD off, I can honestly plow down into the CDC. Yeah, screw it. Should be good now. There's an IS-3 and a defender here. Maybe this wasn't the best option. I just don't have anybody around me now here. Which I'll catch up on chat here in a second. I shouldn't have shot there. I'm dead. Alright. Let me click out. Here we go. Hopefully I fixed Levi's camera here. It wasn't working last stream, but I think I fixed it for this one. Again, just some sort of stupid Windows 10 update. Yes, this is the Swedish medium. Thank you very much, Victor, for tipping Levi here. But, yeah, hello everyone again. More or less, it is a very good tank. Let me just, the tank that you can compare it to the best, which I actually do not have in my garage, is the Centurion. The Centurion 1. For those interested in it, let me just configure this. Make them equal. Oh Lord. But next up I'm going to be playing the VK 3001D. Since I'm not platooning, you know, feel free to fire off as many tank requests and I'll try to get them all here. But more or less, as you say, same penetration, same damage per shot. It's the same exact gun. The main difference between the two, basically the guns are virtually identical. The only thing you don't see here is the Victoria actually has a faster shell for whatever reason. It's actually noticeably faster. It's like 300 meters per second faster, which is a significant amount. But more or less, the Victoria, as you see, 254, basically much stronger turret than the Cent 1. Basically close, if not, I think it's pretty much like a Centurion MK7 frontally, the armor. And then as far as, there we go, the engine power is stronger, which I actually didn't see. It's a little bit close. It is, you know, the specific power is better, but actually seeing, it actually weighs quite a bit more. So maybe the mobility is a lot closer than I thought at first glance. But and the camouflage down here is actually pretty much the same because I don't have it set up on the Centurion correctly there. But more or less, you know, it's a pretty good tank for a premium. It's basically a Centurion MK1, which, you know, technically it is a little bit better than it statistically. So you have that. That seems to be the flavor of new premium tanks. Alright, little dog. You gonna get up there? Hopefully the camera works. But as far as like my day wasn't that terrible, but it's just a long day at work, more or less. My brother yesterday at work, he pulled a hamstring or strained it. Hopefully it's not terribly bad. So I had to catch up on a lot of stuff, and I also had to do a lot to kind of get things ready to help him out a little bit today. So I was running around like crazy. But Levi also, we went to the vet again yesterday after the stream. We weren't planning on it, but it's the third time we've had to go in the past few weeks here. He is not to say it's like a almost like a giant skin tag. It's not like malignant or anything, but he's allergic to something, and it's also infected to where it kind of popped yesterday again. So we had to put him back on antibiotics. He has like a even stronger ones this time for longer. We had to change his diet because there's something he's allergic to that he's eating or like touching around. So we probably have to do allergy tests. We have to change his food to something again, which pretty much at this point he's eating like the, I don't know, basically the most expensive food you could imagine for a dog. But yeah, we're just trying to figure out what we need to do with him. So it's a little stressful. That before I forget. I don't know why I'm pushing this far out. I thought I honestly had more help, but I do not. Not that this guy... Fortunately, he's in that tank, which doesn't have the best gun depression. The VK3001D is a little bit better for gun... There we go. Just the HP I was getting concerned about in this tank. Lobobo was very kind enough to gift it to me, or Glenn, which I did give you Levi biscuits on both, Lobobo, so you do have, you got plenty to play around with. If for whatever reason, I can transfer them all over to either account if something's, well, hopefully he's not allergic to his tips. He shouldn't be, like, pretty much, yeah. They more or less have the same thing as the food that we're feeding him, outside of it doesn't have duck, instead it has peanut butter in it. I don't think he's allergic to peanut butter, but who knows. But more or less we have one final time where he has another week of see if changing his food and basically stronger antibiotics, see if they work. And if they don't, then he's gonna need to have surgery, which at his age is pretty scary. And also get allergy tests, which are pretty expensive for dogs, I have found out. So, yeah. Very nice, Graham, in the mountain. I actually didn't even know who Sabaton was before this tank here. Don't shoot. Ah, I can't dive into there. Got a little bit ahead of myself here. Come on, team, flank. There we go. Thank you. Ignore the little VK. He definitely doesn't have a lot of DPM because he's shooting dead tanks. But he's not like, Levi's not like terribly sick or anything. It's just his foot's bugging him. Honestly, we bought him we've had booties for him, but we bought him some different ones to where we kind of have a little boot on him. I wanted to rename him MJ. Just because he's walking around with one boot all the time. But yeah, yesterday it was like maybe 15 minutes after the stream, let him outside. He was just walking around the backyard, and then he comes running over to me all panicky because his foot basically was bleeding everywhere because it popped. So Yeah, I know who that is. I don't necessarily like watching his stuff, but I know why people watch him. He's a very good player. Russian TD? Okay. Let's say it's going to be a premium. Got a mastery badge first class. Huh. That's better than I expected, honestly. Not a terrible match though for being, in a tier 8 match, 1300 damage. I definitely played pretty aggressive in the beginning. Um, but the main reason I pushed out there was I saw that my team had a fair amount of people on that side, but more or less, seeing what light tanks they had over there, they didn't exactly have the best gun depression. So going on that little cliff there, luckily they didn't push straight down into me, both of them, because I would have died right away. But it made it pretty difficult for them to actually fight me while getting shot by everybody else. So, kind of got lucky, but sometimes you need that in World of Tanks. Hello, bud. That sounds pretty interesting. I'll try to take a look at it. I probably have to remember to do it tomorrow. Stuff like that, though, it would be nice. You can post things on a Discord. I even set up a spot too for anyone that makes videos. Wink, wink. um, I'm not actually gonna try to wink. That'll be creepy. You can actually post your own videos to some extent. Don't spam too much. There's actually a channel on the Discord now for that kind of self-promotion, but also, if there's other cool videos around. But I'm getting there, Mojo. Yeah, Thursdays for me honestly are my busiest day of the week. More or less, start work at 5. It's busy because, well, not only do I stream here at night, but I always go to, right after work, I pick Levi up and I go to my grandparents' house. And I bring them dinner. I make them something every Thursday. I stop by and chat with them. But usually that takes up, not that I don't mind at all. It takes up my like 1.5 hours of kind of free time I have between work and the stream. It's right after the stream on Thursdays, I always pass out. That guy is probably pissed. He's very lucky he had a premium fire extinguisher. Oh Lord. Thank you very much, Grigsby, for the tip. It doesn't always work out, as you probably have seen on the stream. But damn, I just got penned by a T92. Whew. I guess I deserve that for what I did to. Oh, that's probably the highest SPG shot I have seen since they rebalanced it. He must have hit me. I don't even know where he hit me. He hit me somewhere on the top of my tank for that to pen. I try, fix it, man. Which tank would you like, Labobo, for the challenge? I have to ask. I can't just assume. Not pressing my luck. I'm definitely. Hello, Leith. Nice to see you. Thank you very much for the subscription as well. BK4502B, it sounds good. Maybe I'll play I'll finish the first little line of tanks here. I got the Tiger 1 and the AMX 1390. Then I'll do the VK4502B challenge. I'm glad you like them, Leith. Hopefully if you come across some of my early videos with commentary, you can look past the grainy voice and everything. Oh, I remember doing some of my first videos in the front of, I still live at my parents, and they live in it's half Victorian era house, and the other half's like basically an addition. But that place had god awful internet, as far as like acoustics, still is terrible. They might still have the west and east up, but basically they're trying to shuffle everyone to central. Okay, so to go down to 1. Maybe it was just the first day where they kind of left all 3 up, just in case, you know, something broke with it. Hello, Yosef. Well, yes, that would be nice if they showed where HE hit you. This guy try to... he's probably not going to try to pop up. Must not lose my cat points. Yeah, I'm not going to get another shot. I'm just content with my damage. Honestly, I don't know. I was about to say I'd just be getting to the IS-4, I feel like, so I probably wouldn't have gotten anything out of it. Hello, Abdul, nice to see you. Hope you had a good day, or hope you're about to have a good day with the time zone difference. A little dog whining behind me. I don't know what he's whining about. Can't be his foot, which most amount of damage on my team at least. The 155 on theirs beat me out. That T62A shot kind of set the tone for that match, I feel like. Yeah, Levi with... I'm kind of always dinner duty for him, because Ryan typically works at night. When he gets... Now he's on... He has like 4 different medications. One of them for the next couple days helps with kind of the swelling and the pain. Typically knocks him out, so. Hello, King. That's good, Mojo. But as far as the ping, like, even if your ping's a little bit higher on the central server, they should have basically, hopefully, fixed the problems with the packet loss. I don't think they would have changed the servers if they were basically switching to something that was going to make the packet loss even worse. So it should actually feel better, even if the ping's slightly higher. If your ping honestly goes up to something where you're concerned, just turn on the server side aiming circle, and that'll fix your issues. Or better yet, I think there are mods out there that enable both the server side and the standard one. That way you get the best of both worlds. But I'm probably gonna miss all these. Holy crap. I am generally I am shocked that they're already hit me. It's kind of a strange spot for Artie to be aiming at. Sorry, I picked the AMX 1390 for whatever reason over the Tiger 1. I do remember. I'm gonna add it up there, so I don't forget a second time. Uh-oh. Don't know why I'm trying to brawl against this guy, but here I am. 59 Patton. Oh lord, yeah. I think this might be a quick little match here in this little guy, because I'm not going to be able to... I think my only hope, which is probably going to turn out to be a very short-lived venture. Auto aim. I got one light following me. I'm basically one-shottable now to him too. I think that was the best thing I could have gotten out of this. Which, yeah, he got me. Yeah. At the very least, I slowed them down by a couple seconds and made their arty move, but... Our team, it's just weird to... They push through the field, but they let the North die. It's just strange. They're still probably gonna do very well from the looks of it, because they have this completely or not overpowered, completely balanced tank, I should say, charging head on here. I think they'll be fine. A little bit of improvising there. Alright, so we got the Tiger 1 up next here. Sorry for skipping that. No problem, Elvis. Hello, person from the Czech Republic. Even though, coincidentally, I actually didn't know. I thought that the NA server was actually hosted in Washington D.C. when World Tanks first came out. Someone actually said it was in Chicago. So basically, there is Wargaming Chicago. So I don't know if that was the deciding factor why they went with Chicago, but it might have been they just moved back to basically the original server provider. I don't know if it was always Chicago or if it was actually DC or whatnot, but who the hell knows? All I know is so far so good. I don't think anyone is legitimately complaining about it. Like there's people freaking out and yeah, for stupid reasons, but those people are more or less just trolls. And I mean people in the forums basically saying Wargaming's, you know, like destroying everything just for switching the servers, but which I'm hoping Fussbot, I haven't figured out how to do it yet, but when you guys type !request and type a tank, I want to come up with something. I saw somebody else ask a developer, but he hasn't gotten back to him yet. Basically to give you a return message saying that, you know, your request was received. Because there's one right now that if you type it, if I close the request list, it'll give you something, but not for when it's actually opened. But I don't want to annoy the guy. He's actually fairly busy right now, which I'm about to not like where I went. Thankfully, the T-29 is here to soak up some shots for me. I'm not too afraid with... Yeah, Tiger 1 got a very, very small turret buff, I think a patch or two ago, where it actually can bounce a surprising amount of rounds, as long as they're not hitting you in a few certain areas, but I'm actually confident with kind of poking out with the turret now on this. You still don't want to get hit in the frickin' box hole, but I'm definitely pressing my luck right now, to say the least. Yeah. Don't want to start getting hit by the Lorraine. He'll be able to pen me very easy. Awesome. Thank you so much, Artie. It was last stream where I got hit by a frickin' S51 here. I don't have a very good repair crew in this. I bounced. Ah, god damn it. Come on, Oni, you can do it. Push up there. All you get, there we go. Thank you, T29. Gotta hurry up before this KV4, there we go, and the T30, before they make it over. Hoping that the bushes cover me. Not exactly positive. I don't have Sixth Sense here. Yes, Wargaming Chicago is console, so that would probably be correct. Rich. Person that I know who actually works for Wargaming, actually, he works in the Chicago office, unless I'm remembering incorrectly. I've only talked with him a little bit within the past year. We're just never on at the same time. We used to platoon a lot, and we're actually in the same clan for a little bit. When he was first starting out with Wargaming, he wasn't in the Wargaming clan that all their employees are. Let's say I hear I'll catch up on the purchases here too as well. Whoa there, can we talk about this? Probably not. My luck ran out. I'm just surprised he pushed out like that. Like, yeah, we're definitely gonna win this. 2,500 damage though in a Tiger 1 in a tier 9 match, while playing pretty aggressive. I am extremely happy with that. Alright, so I gotta change the overlay to green. I'm about to do a challenge as well. Go. But Master Badge First Class? Probably pretty close to an ace, to be honest, but most amount of damage outside of their T95. Nice try, but like, he definitely did a good job, but no doubt about that. However, from the looks of where he was basically over near the beach side. The reason why you don't see me head over there is you can do a lot in that area, basically trying to hold it, what have you, but I found that it doesn't really help your team win unless you're pushing that, which I'm pretty sure he was just kind of sitting near the base, you know, taking pot shots at people at long range. I find that doesn't really help your team that much on Overlord. It's like pushing out through that area is a lot better than camping in the back. Like, sometimes you kind of have to if you're in a certain TD, but a T95, you're better to push up, I find. So we have a challenge here. More or less, I've got to do 2.5 times the HP total in damage, assist damage, and block damage. I believe that equates to, since I've done this a few times, 4,800 and what, 50 between all of them. I'm might gonna regret this, but we have 2 Type 4 heavies. So we should be able to push this side pretty easily. Levi was, oh god, dude. No. Why? Like, I get that the pilot was kind of near you, but I don't want to get stuck on a corner. Basically the corner here. We need somebody to push, and if we all stop and sit here, we're gonna lose. Levi was getting he was panicking earlier today because the frog he was gifted last stream, he couldn't find it. It was kind of funny. Or not the frog, the turtle. He found the frog, but he was trying to look for his turtle from the last stream. This is kind of my fears about to happen. We're stuck on this one corner, which is not going to work out. It just sucks. I'm gonna backtrack because, yeah. This is what I didn't want to happen, and our team kind of lollygagging. Doesn't matter how much armor you have, if you know your team sets up in a bad spot and they're just shooting down on us. I probably should have went this way, you know, on the other side here in the beginning. Yep, you can shoot me all you want. I'm trying to help you already, but yeah, I've gotta. Thank you, Type 4. I was about to say, I was about to cut my losses with trying to help Artie. Thank you, T-34. Yeah, we had so many big heavies kind of push that one side to where if we didn't round that corner, you just kind of get stuck there. And it actually becomes a detriment to your team because they, you know, they set up on the hill and, you know, they just kind of pick you apart. That's a bad critical hit to happen. Really need to get this guy out. I'm just not wanting to push too far up with this amount of people right in front of me on the left. But he's just tearing these guys apart. Aim in a little bit more there, that might help. Where he's pushing. Hey, don't shoot me, I'm 46. Thank you, Type 4. Crap. Crap. I'm just trying to keep shooting and went behind buildings at the right time. Alright. Everything should be direct in front of me or to the right, so I'm content with staying out here. Got a little bit of assist damage. The main reason I'm swapping to APCR is because at least for that shot, I'm not confident I was gonna get to aim in. It would be nice though if I got help from somebody. I'm not sure why my leopard. Holy crap, they still have a... Maybe I forgot about the KB5 all the way out here. Yeah. Thank you, Chrysler. I don't know why a KB5 is pushing on a VK, but I'm not complaining that much. M103 somewhere. It's kind of funny that a Chrysler is more willing to push up than myself against a WZ-111, just because its lower plate is that good. Well, honestly, if the KV5 kept shooting me and that pushed me over, I was gonna up the challenge to 3x, because it's kind of a little cheap in a way. I still see that there's a M103 behind me somewhere. I don't think he went this way, but we best to push on them here, I feel like. Right, he didn't get the Scorpion. Okay, the Scorpion's throwing HE, the M46 is throwing gold though, which... a little terrifying. That turns that tank into a nasty tank to deal with. Yeah, he's a problem. Stalin? Yes. Russian or American? I'd probably say American, just because they're a little bit more flexible. But thank you very much, Lobobo, for the challenge here. I'm not sure if we're going to win this, honestly, though. The IS-6 is one-shottable. It's just... that M46 just... once you switch over to APCR with that thing, that gets deadly. Not that it's not deadly to begin with, but it basically turns into a true tier 10 medium. And it's actually, you know, it's actually smaller than M48, but with APCR, it takes away the penetration problems you have, and the only thing you're left with is slightly worse accuracy, more or less. Which is why I'm curious why they're buffing the M46 patent. It's a pretty damn good medium through and through, in my opinion. About to say there's that one. Crap. Oh lord, now I'm gonna be flanked here. No getting around that. They're all coming to me, Chrysler. Like they're not on the cap, so they're still south of it. Yep, there's the M103. I don't want to get myself on top of the hill. Pull back. Crap. Yeah, the 416 still. don't think I'm gonna be able to get through this. Mainly because of him. And yeah. Thank you very much for the challenge, though. That was pretty fun. I actually got over the challenge level just with damage. Almost 5,000 damage there. Mastery badge first class though, high caliber award, but unfortunately a loss. Like, I could have played that a little bit more aggressively, but again, the M46 with, once he started shooting APCR, that's when they basically clawed their way back. So, give him credit for getting a win, but it's definitely, I don't know. It's one of those things in World of Tanks to where it's like looking at the M46 here. The main problem that you have with the thing is 218 millimeters of penetration with 0.4 accuracy, which turns out with a very good crew, I believe it turns out to be like 0.35, 0.36, which isn't all that bad. And it's got killer on the move accuracy, so it's much better than it actually appears. But once you start using APCR, 265 is basically a tier 10 medium, better, a little bit better in some tier 10 heavy tanks, standard penetration. So you go from a tank where its main weakness is, you know, slightly poor overall accuracy at long range and poor penetration, to where once you take the penetration negative out of the equation, it's a really damn good tank. I wish I never sold it. I'm gonna buy it back someday. It's just, yeah, I'm surprised that they're buffing its turret armor, because it's a little bit bouncy now. It just can't deflect high caliber rounds. Remember to add something to the chatbot shop there. The Chrysler is yeah, it's a premium American heavy tank. Well, Lobobo, basically the trick with the VK4502B is basically the lower plate. It's not as strong as it was before they nerfed it a little bit. It's still very strong, but you know, things can pen you. More or less what I try to do with it, I don't try to get too close to people, because they're able to basically hit your turret front, your turret hatch, and if they want to, lower plate, or just drive around you easily. I try to stay, you know, basically to where I can get, you know, a shot on them plus probably reload before they can flank me. I try to stay about that distance away from them, which equates to about here to this bush maybe. But with that, you only want to angle it, so say I'm head on here, you only want to angle it, say like, you know, this much, to where your side armor's good, but if you angle it more than say like 10-15 degrees, you're gonna get penetrated. So what you want to do is basically do your best to hide your lower plate behind like a very small little dip, a dead tank, something like that, or a corner, and just almost stay head on, but just angle just a pinch and it helps. And definitely don't angle your turret front. While it isn't the strongest, your turret sides, once you start showing them, you're going to be taking a lot of damage, because they're not very thick. So if they lose the angle on them, then it's kind of game over. I'm honestly, like, yeah, I took a crap ton of damage here for no reason, but I'm actually extremely surprised the Tiger 2 was able to pen me both times from that range. Yeah. Unfortunately now I'm just kind of waiting for my team to basically make a little bit of space that I can pop out and shoot people with, or shoot people from, but I'm not sure. That guy actually just flipped himself over. Alright, Tiger 2 finally moved back enough. Yay, I got a revenge shot. Yeah, there's no way he can frickin' see me there. Alright. Looks risky, but I think better off sticking out here. That was luck. Yeah, as evidenced by that miss. But I think I'm safer here with a T95 and T28 off to the side, no Artie left at their base. Their teeth. Oh, where exactly their T30 is aiming at. Yeah, not so good right now, but I could be doing worse. There we go. I actually bounced around. That hit me. And he swapped to HE. Bravo to that guy. He didn't just swap over to a heat round. Right, T30's not aiming at me. Didn't move his turret at all. I was about to say, he didn't die. It's not the best match, but I got a little bit out of a really crappy start there. Encounter a Moravanka? Huh, yeah, Moravanka does have encounter. I actually kind of prefer it to standard battle, to be honest. I think it plays better. Not having to worry about the caps on that map. But, alright match. We got a M4 Sherman up. I've not played this tank in quite some time, which, looking at my service record here, yeah, I'm almost at 20,000 battles. Holy crap. M4 Sherman is still... It's starting to drop down on the list of my most played tanks, honestly. But I would say about 350 of them were in the first month of me playing World of Tanks, honestly. And then the other large mass of those battles came when they introduced premium rounds for credits. Once that happened, basically everyone flocked to Tier 5 premiums, or not premiums, Tier 5 mediums, specifically the M4 Sherman, with the unnerfed heat penetration. You basically ran around just one-shotting everything. It was kind of silly. Oh, hi, dog. It's alright. I'll tip you. I could feel his whining starting to be directed at me. But which we should see 9. They just released the 3rd iteration of the test server. We should see 9.20. Grant, don't hold this if it doesn't come true. I would say next Thursday or Friday we should see it released. And if it doesn't happen then, it would be not next Wednesday, the following Wednesday we would see it. But basically, I don't think it'll be next Wednesday because that's a little soon. The last three to four major updates, and even the one yesterday for changing the server and the micro patches for all the servers, they all come on Wednesdays now. So it's starting to get a little bit easier. Wargaming's, I guess, giving themselves some guidelines, I guess, for patches. So thank you very much, Labobo, for the tip. I have a little dog booping me with his nose. Hello, Monroe. I'm not going to press my luck here until I see how many tanks they have in the south or how many they have in the north here. Actually, probably aim right there instead. I got 2 tanks with me though. If he's pushing up though, I say it sometimes. Sometimes even if your teammates move out and you don't want to, you're still better off, especially if you're on a flank kind of alone and away from the rest of your team. You're better off pushing up because if they die, you're basically next on the chopping block. So you might as well do that. So you eliminate a tank before you're outnumbered. That guy's probably a little pissed, but he shouldn't be pushing up an SU-85 or an SU-85I. Mid-tier TDs do not have that much HP. You little bud. Sorry, dude. You got yourself into that mess. You're about to get yourself into a mess too. I'll try to save you, but it's probably gonna kill both of us. Yep. So I just shot a freaking wall. Yep. I'm gonna die. Just the Churchill 1. It's got a pretty decent gun on it. Whew. I actually got him. It's just he can actually pen me. I don't know why he isn't shooting now. I'm probably gonna, yep, regret saying that. Oh well. I shouldn't have pushed up with, I knew that was a bad choice. I should have stuck here and took a couple little more pot shots and let them push on me while I fell back, but both of our KV-1s, I don't know how they died, but it's not looking good on any flank for us. The E50 line, more or less just visualizing it here. I do have a which tank line is right for you guide. It outlines pretty much, say on it if you think with the E50 line. Yeah, so more or less you're starting and going down here. It'll pretty much outline the whole line for you as far as how each tank is and how it plays and if it's good or not. Honestly, I really like, I don't really like any German tier 5. Well, this one, the PZ-34 is good, but both of these are just kind of like, like, you know, they're not bad, but to me, a lot of them are pretty much the same outside of the Leopard. You know, it's a light. This one's more of a light than a medium to me. But with the E50 line, I like the tier 6. The tier 7 Panther, I thought I was going to hate it, and I really liked it. And the Panther 2, it's probably the weakest tank of the line, but ever since they buffed it and gave it the basically super long 8.8, I think it's actually competitive now. Definitely not the best tank by any any means, because you know it's basically a support tank at tier 8, which doesn't really work out as you would like a lot of times, but the line definitely is better than it was. But you know, semi recently they've redone a lot of German tanks. Basically, unlike some other recent buffs, they buffed even down to, you know, the mid tiers at tier 4 and 5, to where the only problem I have with some of them is I think they're, you know, they're kind of monotone in the mid tiers, like, which isn't a bad thing. They're still good. It's just I don't really differentiate too much between them. They all feel kind of the samey to me, to where they all have a little bit of armor, but not really enough to protect you a lot of times. The mobility's good. Guns are pretty good, but you know, they don't have a lot of alpha nor a lot of DPM. They're kind of in the center, but good accuracy. So they have a little bit of everything. They're kind of like American tanks, but in mid tiers, but they sacrifice a little bit of alpha for better accuracy and penetration a lot of times. But it's definitely not a bad line to go through. Liking where my team's going so far. Well, have you ever seen a team? Well, I would say maybe 10 to 20% of your matches on this will win because your team pushed 7-0 really hard. I'm just waiting for my team to push into the E line. If somebody touches the E line, I will push up in this. If they don't, I am content with sitting here until somebody does. Hello, Samir. Fortunately, this guy is... yeah. My team's taking a little bit too long. We actually have the perfect tanks to push into them hard. And yeah, our heavies aren't doing it. Nothing I could have done differently. Just this thing is god-awful, fighting basically beneath an enemy on a hill, because they just nail you in the top every single time, and you basically have to push into them further than you would like and expose a lot more of your weak spot. Yeah, like this is not even gonna work. It's probably gonna be a 0 damage match, but this is probably the first tank in a long time. Granted, the buff version coming in the next patch I think will be enjoyable, because the gun's actually a little bit threatening. This doesn't have enough accuracy or DPM to really scare somebody. But this is probably the first tank I've played in almost a year that I've wanted the free XP. I would say the closest thing would be the Panther 2 before it was buffed. But literally, I can't even go reposition somewhere because I'm in the same predicament no matter where I go. I'd go super Pershing, but depends on what crews you have, honestly. We're taking him out, even though I'm probably just gonna get hit in my weak spots. Yep, I love it. That's this tank for you. You can get some good matches in this thing, but most of your matches just suck. And it, you know, not to say it's all the tank, but it just doesn't work on... Hey, I don't want to yell at you, but no. He's starting to revert to whining just a whine. Alright, so we have an SU-122-44. Hello, Casper. Hey. Please stop. Here we go. Throw a blanket on him. That should make him happy. Yeah, but honestly, with how things are going, you might just see me in the tier 9 tank come next stream, because typically even like a tank that's not the easiest to play or not considered very good, I still enjoy playing. That tank's starting to, even though the tier 9 is basically the same tank, just a tier higher with slightly better stats, it's still the same setup with the armor and where the weak spots are, but gotta try something, because it's actually making me like angry playing that tank. Just saying a lot. Go full rage? You probably will never see me go full rage. I think I'm incapable of that. I don't even think I can yell. I'd probably, my voice would start squeaking. Nope. And I still got hit. But I get trying to fight with a zero, not zero, but very close to zero gun depression TD on a ridge. Hello, Jacob, and mine. Gordon Ramsay's honestly not that angry. It's just for his US television shows. I know what you mean though. Unless you mean Ramsay from Ramsay Bolton. In which case, I don't think you want me to do that. Won't spoil who he is for anyone who hasn't seen Game of Thrones or read it though. That will probably get his attention. He did just fire though, so... And he's trying to track him there. Hello, Mario. Alright, let's see, where'd all my guys go? Holy crap, they're already weighing it for me. Basically the entire match. Holy crap. Like, I haven't seen him hit anybody else in this area in between that first shot, so he weighing it a good... Like, it's 12 minutes at this point, and he's only taken 2 shots at me. So he weighing it all that time just to get a shot. I don't know whether to be flattered or sad for him, to be honest. You can try it, like, honestly, that's where I feel like people use XVM and they target people with good stats, but in that case, you're actually hurting your team. You should always be shooting in an SPG. Like, I feel bad when I'm in an SPG and I hold my shot for a few seconds. Usually I just pump another one out there. Oh god. I feel like when I start grinding Russian TDs, it's probably gonna be pretty damn interesting to watch. In a very bad way. He's probably like, there's that frickin' Russian TD, I gotta kill him. Yep, I killed you, technically. Thank you for tipping Levi. Going the long route here. No. Eh. Maybe. Yay. Not exactly the best match in the world, but we're gonna get a win. So, the plus in my books. Honestly, I don't think the T-21 moved, but see you, Samir. Joe Biden. Still haven't seen him in a while. Maybe he changed his name to what? Mike Pence or something. Maybe he has a thing for vice presidents. If this guy's been sitting here the whole time. No. But thanks for tipping Levi 2 biscuits here, Mario. I don't know if you'll actually be able to see him here. I'm not going to make him get up since he's not doing too well here. Hello, buddy. Hey. There you go. You got 2 biscuits. Can kind of see him. Yeah, he's kind of moving around, but not exactly the best match, but somehow that was a mastery badge 3rd class. Yeah, I'm gonna go with concealment. He says thank you very much, though. So we have a T-92 here. Hello, Deadlock. Hello, Matthew, as well. I honestly want to go over here, but only if we have enough people to protect me. Yeah, I feel like a lot of people. It's still a good tank. It's just I feel like a lot of people just ditched every preferential premium more or less that they could. I feel like I have enough tanks to help me out over here. Which, you know, even though they're releasing premiums that are on par, if not just a pinch better than standard tier 8, which I'm alright with on par, but not better. The preferential premiums are, you know, they're still good for being preferential tanks. It's not like they nerf them, so. Let's say a couple of you guys, you know, you're at the 150 hour mark, and I was having to pump out some new stream ranks on the fly the other day, or at least getting very, very close to the 150. Which, for anyone who wants to see, I was gonna say I occasionally enjoy my arty matches. I honestly could need to complete SPG 15, but We'll see if... I don't think I'm going to be able to get it in this one. Just because there's 2 other arties. The only way I'll be able to get it is if they specifically help me with the stun damage, I feel like. Oh, crap, I'm not aimed for that. I was about to say, if I was aimed for that, that'd be a lot better, but... There we go. Oh, our two... Now I'm not... Honestly, we're probably going to lose this flank now, because... Why is our 268 just kind of... I'm not going to be able to run away either, to be honest. Like, why did he push out there? Like, that's just gonna screw me over completely. I guess I'm gonna take one more shot, then I kind of have to run away. There's not really too much around it. But my problem is the AMX 13105, I believe, is in F1, so I hope he doesn't... Awesome. They killed him. They killed hides behind Artie. Alright. Even, yeah, I need 1100 more stun damage before I even can think about getting close to SPG 15. Then I just need basically like 6,000 damage, which, ugh. Honestly, I need to... This might be a little bit risky, but I'm gonna go for it. Just sitting here. They didn't spot anybody there. Come on, spot somebody for me. Somebody pinged that somebody was up here. Nah. I gotta move. But the only way to get close to SPG 15 is, well, if your team pretty much all dies and you meet the minimum requirements. But, you need to basically continually fire and not stop the entire match. That is the command, yes. Exclamation point, roll dice, but they're both, between flip coin and roll dice, they're tied to the same cooldown. So if you type one, it times you out for like 20-30 minutes. Yeah, I'm not gonna get this mission done. Nah. That was a little off there. At least I stunned him, but... No! Artie! Run away! I was about to say, I stayed a little too close to the sun there. I've actually hit the minimum I needed for the mission, but yeah, I'm dead. Go figure they're already counter battering still, but not a terrible match, but didn't do too much direct damage, I think. I'll take a look back. A look back at that though. To see how much damage I actually got. So we have a T-54. Go. Let's say, I'll probably say tank requests are full now. Just so I can get a couple grinds in as well. least I'm pretty sure that's the command. Hey, I won! Yes, that is the command. I was just making sure. Sorry, Wolf. Like I said, I don't think I'm taking any more requests, but even so, I do tank requests in order, and I still have the IS-6, E100, and the TOG-2 before I'd be able to get them. But if you really want, I could always fit it in after the TOG-2. But you're gonna have to wait for it. Not fair for everyone else if I skip around tank requests. The only time I do that is if somebody purchases a challenge in the chatbot shop. Okay, I'll remember to tip Levi, sorry. I didn't, I didn't see it, honestly. Whenever I have tank requests, the queue's still open. I don't have the purchase window up, so I kind of rely on that coin audio queue. Sometimes I miss it in a battle. I should get a shot. Yeah, right there. Really? At least our defender, yeah, even though he's dead. Gonna have to help that guy out with the T-54 lightweight. Unless he doesn't flank the Udez, he might not even know he's back there. Well, if you bought a tip for Levi, I'll definitely get to it. Ah. This is where I'm really tempted just to swap over to heat, but I'm not gonna do that. I don't need to. Whoops, sorry dude. I did not mean to do that. Hopefully you don't think I did, because I really didn't mean to. Thank you, Scorpion. Nah, I thought he was back a little further. Alright. T-34, I can't save him. So either they're gonna push on him or kill him. Something, but me heading there is not gonna influence that much. My best bet is hoping this AMX 1390 can help me with this prototype. Ever the prototype has went. Confusion. I guess I'll shoot the Patton instead. There he is. Not going down with the proto yet. That's not a good matchup. Group, my team's won. I'm going for it. Really? Really, Artie? I really hate you right now. How was he not spotted? Like, he was literally right there. He just ruined I was gonna frickin' jump off and dive bomb him. Like, how? How did I not see him? I am very confused. Oh, that's such a frickin' mood kill there. Um, Not necessarily, Leith. It really, you don't have to use heat in a thing, to be honest. It's just people use heat in it because it's one of the tanks where it's a very old tank to where the heat rounds give it. The newer tanks don't have, more or less, most of them. Some still have a ton of penetration increase from the standard to premium, but the T-54 is kind of one of the old tanks where it has a really low pen round. Not super low, but it's a little bit below the average, but its premium round is near the top of its tier. So it's expensive if you use it like that, but you don't need heat with it. You pretty much carry heat with it if you want to play it as basically a tier 10 premium, or not a tier 10 premium, but a tier 10 medium at times. That's kind of what heat turns it into. It's not auto pen, but it feels like it sometimes. Hello, Uber. Nice to see you. Wolf Fader, I already told you, you're gonna have to wait for the meal one. I don't just do a tank request because you told me to do it next. I do them all in order. But it is expensive with the heat, yes. But the T-54 without heat, I would say it goes from being one of the better tier 9 mediums if you carry some heat rounds to just being like a little bit below average, which is probably why they're buffing it. You know, the turret armor a bit and changing the guns around is because of that. But unfortunately, unless they deal with the heat penetration, it's still gonna be a lot better than what its actual stats look like, because across, like, say, the Russian server, a lot of people don't use premium rounds in it, to where it kind of brings the stats down, whereas people that play the game seriously, you know, can kind of, for lack of better words, pad the tank, because they, you know, go above and beyond and throw a ton of heat out of it. Alright, 416. Might get us in some trouble here, but looking like they are pushing that away. Thank you. That little move at the end saved me. Is he gonna turn left? Left, left, left? Nope, he's going straight. Going here. I need to get the VK out first. Of course, I swapped over to AP round, which it's not the best round to be shooting something with thick armor. Sorry, Tristan, I'm not able to take any more tank requests today. Towards the end of the stream, typically there is a Foch here, but I think this is worth it. I think. I'm not sure, but it's just we're starting to lose tanks to where we need to kill some. Come on, guys. You have full HP. I know this guy's scary, but we need to do something. Like, trust me, I don't feel like wasting a ton of APCR and credits frickin' mindlessly bouncing off of him, but thankfully he moved. Yeah, this is gonna hurt. Oh, I bounced off of him. I would have beat him too with the reload, or at least reflexes. I'm not even gonna bother capping because I know I can't cap them out. Ooh. Yep, missed him. Yeah, I'm dead. Oh well. Did 2,300 damage, but which I need to look back at the T92 match I forgot about. I'm actually curious how I fared. We did win it. Awesome. No. Yeah, that was a pretty surefire win, so I don't know why I... Hi, dog. Don't worry, I'm getting to you. So yeah, I didn't do much damage at all. But I did get a fair amount of assist damage. Don't worry, I didn't forget about you. Hey, here you go. Thank you very much for tipping Levi Dean. Closing the queue. That I forgot to actually do that. Where it will give, it should give you a message. Should give you a message now. Yep. Awesome. That does work. Alright, so we have an E100. There it is. The new TD line, Active War, the Chinese one, it's nothing special, honestly. Like, it's more or less just a reskinned Object 268 line with, honestly, like the tier 8 to 10 are, I would say in their current state, I would say the Chinese tank destroyers from tier 8 to 10. I don't know too much about the mid tiers, but I would say they're on par, if not a little bit better than the 268 line as a whole. Yeah, just because as far as stat wise, I feel like their guns hold up a little bit better, but yeah. Where do I want to go? I guess I'm gonna head to the town. So we have a Tog 2, and then I'm going to do an Emil 1, and then if I have any time after that, I'm going to hop into a couple tank grinds. Especially because I need to grind, like really grind tanks, because I'm going to be spending, what, I think I'm down to 300,000-ish free experience I need to spend, if not 350,000 for the AMX Foch. So they do have lucky logs, yes. Is he gonna pop out? I think he is. That face. Let's say everybody loves him, especially my vet, since he's nicknamed the $1 Million Dog with how much money we give him. I played it earlier, Active War. Labobo was very kind to gift it to me. It's pretty much the same as the Centurion Mark 1, but better turret armor on the front. And on top of that, it has a little bit more raw mobility, but kind of seeing the stats a little bit more in game here. They're more or less equal, but the Swedish one will definitely be better going up hills. Holy crap, are you sure you want to do that? I don't think you want to do that, but I'll gladly take your HP. Our other side's just getting... saw that coming. It's so much easier to push from that side than it is to defend this side. Don't turn your turret. Yep. Went from being able to hit that shot to not. Yeah. Thanks, IS-7. I don't know why you're turning your turret, because they could have shot and killed him. But you did. You didn't mean to, but... little things like that that can make a worlds of difference. This is gonna be iffy. I don't think I can pen him there. I'm actually going to... Is it worth getting? Only if you don't have a tier. I would say for like a player just looking for a, say, medium credit grinder, it's worth getting if you don't have a tier 8 premium medium. If you really like Centurions, or you really like the mid-tier Swedish mediums, because it's not really a good crew trainer. Because there's no high tier Swedish mediums, or if you really like the band Sabaton, I think their name is, or if you really like them. But it's not a bad tank performance wise. It earns credits. It's just the crew training aspect of a premium is, a lot of times, oh god, that shot went off into frickin' the next time zone. Is a lot of times what people like from a premium, and this one doesn't exactly have that. Which are... maybe I should have stuck in the town, because they got clobbered by that frickin' PZ-7. I'm in a very precarious spot, especially with missing that. Yeah, I'm just gonna get chewed up here. Especially with... what? Almost full HP mouse, but at this point it doesn't even matter. I'm gonna die. Might as well try to get one more shot, but nope. That all came falling down, but that's what happens. I wanted to push the town, but it didn't look like that was going to happen early, so I kind of hung back, and unfortunately we lost everything. Yep, that sucks. Honestly, the vet I go to, there's actually 5 veterinarians. It's not a big place, but there's 4 of them. I really only see 2, or Levi sees 2. But I need to find the Tog here. They're actually very nice. Even though we do spend a lot of money there, they do try to help us out as much as they can. With the price. What happened to ABBA? Oh, is that a band? I honestly don't know who the hell that is. I don't know, honestly. At times, even though Ryan's not huge into, like, say, music, I'll be like, I don't even know who that is. She's like, really? Or, like, we'll be listening to something, and I always mix up Prince and Michael Jackson. And she's like, no. I knew someone was gonna get a little bit upset. I don't know. Yeah, honestly, like it's gonna sound weird. I don't even know. I don't know like most say actors and stuff, but say you have there's this one guy I work with that always plays like 80s like rock and roll and stuff like that. I don't even know the difference between say like Metallica, AC/DC, stuff like that. I know the songs. I don't know what they're called. Don't know who sings them, but that stuff for whatever reason I've just never really cared. Like I guess listen to whatever's on. Unless it's rap. I don't like rap, but everything else I can kind of listen to. Are you sure you want to go up there? I'm killing this guy first because he's going to be the easiest to take out. Plus he's behind me. Even though apparently bouncing off his upper plate is happening. Oh god, thank you for killing him. I don't know what, I'm like heat round coming in. So it's like I don't know what round he has. Because he can take off about a third, oh god, he does have the heat round. He can take off like a third of my HP in one shot. Saying a lot. Fortunately for these guys, you really need to come at this thing with all your tanks at once. Come on. You know you want to flank me. The Crusader's gonna get you. Darn. I think you can see that my turrets face that, or facing that way. Probably the perfect matchmaking and map for this, to be honest. Really. that honestly just kind of scared him. He laid on his toy a little bit differently. Hey, I don't think you want to try to out DPM a Tog. It might be really squishy and considered very bad, but it's one thing you don't want to try to sit in front and chew down. It has so much HP. The Crusader. No, get him. Don't care about Artie. We gotta kill the T-3485M. Yep, he's going for Artie. It's just I'm gonna be kind of stuck in limbo. Crap. Ooh, there we go. Crusader needs to stop frickin' running around. Like, I think he rammed Artie and lost all of his HP, to be honest. See you, Mojo. I'm probably gonna lose this now, to be honest. It's just our team was so spread out. Ah, Crusader, you need your HP. No, he's got premium. There's no chance for me to bounce him. Yeah, I missed a round too. I'm dead. Yep. I tried. Honestly, that was close. But that one missed shot did me in. I'm not platooning today, Adam. Sorry. Plus, it's the end of the stream, basically, so... I did get an ace tanker though in the TOG too. And apparently a lot of inscriptions for... I guess... Yeah. That's actually a lot of... Yeah, I guess I aced something. It was a loss though. High caliber reward. Oh lord. Well, yeah, that's our problem. Only 3 of us did over 300 damage, so... Yeah. Alright, so I have an Emil 1 for my last tank request here, and I might be able to squeeze in one tank grind. But basically we're winning, but their T-3485Ms just kind of drove around and picked off all the tanks that were alone. And obviously those tanks couldn't pen them. So, yeah. Sorry, I didn't even see it, Adam. Yeah, I'll look at it after this battle. Thanks, Uber. Alright. They all kind of know where I'm going on this map. Honestly, look, they have a rebalanced revision of this map where looking at it, I'll consider actually going to this spot when they change it around, and the beach will be viable. But for now, I'm just gonna head over here. So... I'll probably start a raffle though after this battle though. I don't know if this is gonna work out in my favor, but I think I'm actually gonna push in here. No. Lorraine pushed in. God, now this is not good. Really? That's... yeah. I wasn't expecting their Lorraine to push out like that. Because he kind of hesitated. Typically someone pushes or, you know, doesn't there, and he kind of did a little bit of both. Kind of bluffing my way here. If I keep pointing at people, they're less likely to push over at me. I think, though, it's time for me to run away. I'll be safe if I can make my way to the VK3601H. Because I should be able to clip him. Just need to limit the amount of tanks that can shoot me here. It's a little bit too high on that side of the map. Let's try to... there we go. Recommend... ED or a medium? Are you talking about a premium tank Activore? Like, I know they're very different, but a TD off the top of my head, if you're talking about like tier A premiums, The Strev S1, it plays kind of in the same mid to long range role with a very good gun. Can fight on hills like the T-34. Can bounce some shots depending on what caliber is shooting at you. For medium, trying to think. If you're just relating to the T-34 heavy, honestly, I'd probably say the best premium tier 8 medium off the top of my head is the Lorraine 40T. Really, Artie? Leave me alone. There we go. This thing's already god-awful inaccurate to where if you're stunned, it's like you're shooting a freaking KV-2. Needed to make sure I was actually going to land that. Here's a little bit of bluffing again. I found their Artie. Not high caliber though. Yeah, not a bad match. I didn't think I was doing that much, but that's not a bad damage total for a tier 8 match. As far as premiums go, if you're asking TD and a tier 8, I assume you're asking about tier 8, but I'll include tier 7s too. Really, I can't give a very good review of this yet because I only have one match in it, but statistically this is good and it is new and it comes with a crew. But I would say as far as the performance, the balancing performance to fun ratio, you have the Strev S1, the Primo, Victoria, Lorraine 40T, AT-15A. You can't really get it, but it's awesome. Not even worth mentioning to the E25. And see, a lot of people overlook it, but I really do like the Super Pershing. Well, not only is it cheap compared to other tier 8 premiums, but preferential matchmaking, has a good sprinkling of armor everywhere, at least frontally, and the gun's actually pretty decent now for a preferential. But you can't go wrong with the M46 KR. And if you're comparing it to T-34, I probably wouldn't say the PZ-58 MUTs just because the turret doesn't exactly have the best armor for it. It's bouncy, but it doesn't have, you know, the strongest turret. Alright, so what do I want to grind here? I guess I need to get myself to play another match in this. And this is probably going to be the last battle unless it ends extremely quickly. I'm gonna do another raffle. It's gonna last 5 minutes, or a first raffle for this stream. Winner gets 500 Levi biscuits. You just have to type !! raffle. Sometimes Adam, not too often in the summer here, because I work a extremely high amount of hours at work, and Levi's also since, you know, as of yesterday, third vet visit in the last 3 weeks. He's been taking up a lot of my time. Gotta clean his foot twice a week. He's got a lot of medication. I gotta soak it. And yeah, he's extremely needy right now. but we're trying everything not to have to. If they do surgery on him, basically they have to cut not a toe off, but they gotta cut basically the underside of his padding and in between his toes, the webbing off of basically in between two toes. So trying to avoid that. Especially because it's extremely expensive. Cross our fingers, a teaching job opens up. Doesn't look like that will happen though until maybe after winter break. Sometimes they pop up. Wanna push out? Yeah. Oh, hi dog. I'm almost done. He's giving me the let's go to bed Cody look. Oh, it kills me. I know, Randall. Yeah, unfortunately I didn't find any way around that, so I tried to find a fix to where it wouldn't apply to him. Fussbot saying it, but it doesn't seem like there is any. Demand a raise? I did that earlier in the year. I already got a raise. I actually got, not to talk about like how much I make and stuff at work, but I actually got a raise plus a raise to my bonus raise. If that makes sense. So I got 2 raises this year. Because I'm worth it. Oh my god, why did I push out here? This guy's got the DPM gun and he's just nailing me. He is actually overmatching my side armor a lot of times. No, Team of 23. If you're looking at my most played tank, you know, almost all those Type 59 matches are from one. It was extremely unbalanced. Mainly because of the old matchmaker. Yeah, that's a little bit, not funny, Daniel, honestly. Come on, accuracy. That can't hit anything. Like, literally, going from the tier 7 to the tier 8 feels like a downgrade. Well, yes and no. It depends on who you ask in my family, but it wasn't as easy as just asking for one. So, I'll leave it at that, though. I more or less didn't give them a choice. So, not that I want to, but if I wouldn't want to, only because I'd have to work. I work a lot right now, but you know, I do get winters off, and say if I took a head chef job somewhere, I'd basically have to work 60 to 70 hours a week minimum instead of 50 to 55 usually. I would be able to make a lot more money if I took a head chef job, but I don't know if I want to do that, because I never went into cooking expecting I'd want to do it forever professionally, just because it is so demanding time-wise. Which, congratulations, Victor, for winning. But yeah, I don't think I'd want to do that. I'd rather spend time with Ryan and Levi. And you guys too. It is getting a slight buff, yes, mainly to gun handling, which it very much needs. See ya, Adam. Point somewhere else. Hey, he's still pointing at me. Could have just shot me there, but he's not shooting anybody. He's just... Oh, he wasn't even aiming at anybody. I could have popped up there, honestly. He wouldn't have shot me. Well, this is kind of a lackluster last match, but I guess for this tank, I will take anything I can get. That's where I'm at. When I was playing the tier 7, I was ready to change my which tank line is right for you article, where I kind of say do not push down the French TD line like ever. And, you know, it is getting changed. The tier 8 to 10 buffed. To where once I hit this, I'm like, I'm not changing that until the patch comes out. So... I don't know what you mean about that map, or Adam. Next week, new map comes out in articles? Huh? If you're talking about me, I don't know when I'm going to be able to start doing articles again. It's going to be sometime, hopefully in September. But, yeah. It's just lack of time and sleep right now. But anyway, thank you very much, guys, for watching. Thank you very much for the people who tipped, and also for the tank as well, Libobo. Yeah, thank you very much, Libobo and Grigsby. I can see that here. Be in my next match, or not next match. I'm starting to get tired here. My next stream is going to be this upcoming Sunday, 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hopefully I'll see some of you guys there. Otherwise, have a very good weekend. My weekend's probably going to be extremely busy. We got 2 more very, very busy weekends ahead of me. And then 1 kind of busy weekend, because Labor Day slows down a little bit. But anyway, see you guys. Have a good night.